Alright, what's up boys? It's your guy, Wombat. Let's see if we can get this video to 200 likes, just like one of Jake's videos. So today, I'm gonna be doing something a little different today. It's not gonna be a combo. Well, it's kind of a combo, but it's something else too. I'm going to see if I can make a Beyblade that is physically unburstable. So, if I can go into detail on why this will work. So basically how the burst mechanism works, in a pretty simplified way of showing it, is that when two layers collide, one of them gets pushed back, and after it loses all of its clicks or its slope, it'll eventually burst. And the way that works, or the reason that the layers will lose clicks and eventually burst is because when they are hit, the collision with the other layer, or whatever else it's hitting, will cause the layer to stop spinning, pretty much, while, since the disc and the driver, they're attached to the layer, but they kind of move independently, because they're not, like, fully attached. They aren't bound to it by, in the same way that, like, MFB or HMS Beyblade would be. So these will keep moving, and I think that's called inertia. I'm not sure the exact, like, physics property that causes it to do that, but the disc, since it's so heavy and the driver underneath it, will keep moving and the layer will stop when it's hit, meaning that this is what causes things to lose clicks, or slope, and then eventually burst. So this is why having a heavy disc and driver, like using Octa or using like double O wall, will cause things to burst more, and using a heavy layer like will generally cause things to burst less. So this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, now that I finally explained why this works the way it will, and this is why I have the scale here. So I'm gonna be using a combo that will be pretty easy to show off what I'm trying to show off if it works. So if you have a layer that's heavier than both the disc and the driver combined, then the layer should, or when the layer hits something, the disc and the driver shouldn't keep moving because they weigh less than the layer, and they wouldn't be as affected by the rotational force keeping the Beyblade spinning. I probably didn't explain this pretty well, but this is the combo I'm going to be trying out today. Zwei Longinus with the 10 layer weight, because it's the heaviest layer weight I have. This is the heaviest, like, one-piece layer I own that isn't like Revive Phoenix, which breaks into two sometimes, because it's the gimmick. The disc is 11. I didn't want to use 12, because 12 without a frame will break things, and oval is kind of bad to begin with, so I just using my lightest 11. And then for the driver, I'm going to use bearing, just because the Takeratomi bearing has like a notoriously weak spring, which is designed to keep it balanced. So on such a high recoil layer like Zwei Longinus, this thing would burst pretty easily. But we'll see if using a light disc will fix that. And I can even show you the weights right now to show you that the layer is indeed heavier than the disc and the driver combined. So right now the scale is at 0 grams. This is like 27.1. It'll fluctuate a little. And then the disc and the driver together is 24.3. So that's like a solid 3 gram difference between the layer and the disc and the driver. So what I'm going to be testing this up against is some left spin attack combos and other just left spin combos that will probably be able to burst it. And we'll see if this actually is unburstable. Alright, so just for the sake of this video, I'm going to be switching the stadium into full-on Possum Brothers Final Destination mode, just because this combo would be so easy to KO otherwise. I'm going to test against mainly left spin combos. including this MFB, because if this can't burst it, I don't think any of these will be able to at all. So up first is Lost Long 0 Zeta Dash. So let's try this against El Drago too, just to see. Yeah, funny. KO, but still no burst. Up next is Nightmare Longinus. It would stay on Bump Hunter. Oh, whoa, it did burst. Okay. Huh. I bursted it again. So it turns out I was wrong about this Beyblade. Zwei Longinus 11 bearing 10 is not unburstable, even though the layer is heavier than the disc and the driver combined. I thought that would make it physically unburstable, but that turns out that's not true. This, even if it was, it still wouldn't be a very good combo. I mean, it would beat like Right Spin, Atomic, and Eternal, and Destroy just by the fact of having bearing, but just wouldn't be very good against other opponents in general. You could see that even things like a bunch of these attack types I was using were outspinning it. But either way, just an interesting combo to try out. It didn't turn out to be as unburstable as I thought it would, but maybe we can try it again some other time with when a heavier layer comes out or a lighter disc.